Yo guys, what is up? 33 and a third RPM here. I'm wearing a sweatshirt and a hat today because in the Northeast, it's pretty damn cold. But ironically enough, I'm talking about a summer record in winter today. Today I'm covering Malibu by Anderson .Paak. Now that I finished all my Green Day reviews, I said I would go back and review a couple of the albums that I really wanted to talk about in more depth. If you didn't see my so many records to review, so little time video, I briefly talked about like 20 records, something that I had. It's whatever. Anyway, Malibu by Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak is a guy who I saw originally on Dr. Dre's last studio album Compton in 2015. This album Malibu was put out last year in 2016 at the very start of the year, like late January, early February, and it was a real oddity for me. He had been on Dr. Dre's Compton singing hooks for songs, a little bit of production, but not a lot, and he had this really smooth voice that I didn't think fit with the harsher gangster rap beats that Dr. Dre had him sing over for some of the songs. But this album is entirely his own, and this is where he comes into his own as a masterful artist. Malibu is a display of force and personality that is one of the defining just like summer records of all time. This album is simply a blast to listen to and a refreshing breath of air for the R&B scene. Especially, like I said before, with Paak's charisma and just ability to have fun on this album, you definitely will be smiling at a couple points on here. Where Anderson .Paak excels the most is in his orchestration and his vocal delivery. The way this album opens up with the first track, The Bird, which has a very simple drum beat and these silky, like, smooth guitar tones coming over it as he sings, as trumpets glisten over the verses and go into the choruses. The trumpets do occur later on a track on the latter half of the album called Silicon Valley, which is almost funky in him talking to this girl right before they're about to have sex. It's a laugh out loud funny song, I think, at a point where the instrumentation all cuts out and the girl says, "Can you just fuck me already?" And I was like, okay. This album is beautiful in the way it's written, from songs like Heart Don't Stand a Chance, where Paak flows over this old school beat that he's like slipping over the beat, over the words. I've heard people compare Dram to or saying Dram has a slippery flow for his song Broccoli, but Dram has nothing on Anderson .Paak. The way he glides over the beat, and then he comes in with these just gorgeous harmonies that he sings. They're wonderful, dude. This album had me totally jamming out. I use this not only as background music, but, you know, party music. I think this definitely works. It's a really, really solid album, and he has a great list of features on here. You have people like Schoolboy Q, who I wasn't too keen of. Blankface LP, his last album, I thought it did have a couple of good songs, but he delivers a good verse here. The Game's on here, BJ the Chicago Kid's on here, and there's one person, Rhapsody, who was on Kendrick Lamar's album To Pimp a Butterfly on the fantastic song Complexion of Zulu Love. I think she's a really talented artist. I'm looking forward to see what she puts out next. But she works incredibly well with Paak's smoother instrumentation and vocal delivery style that, like I said, just make this a fun time to listen to. You know, you have songs in here like The Waters, where it's kind of him updating an ex about how he's been doing and how many women he's been seeing and how great of his life has been. You have songs like Parking Lot, which just blew me away with how the song progresses through it and how the chords build up, and how Anderson .Paak manages to get choirs on these tracks that just, I mean, look at this cover art. This is what this album feels like, just on the beach, singing these jams, surrounded by all this retro stuff. I mean, the last song on here is a standout moment. It's called The Dreamer. It does have, I forgot to mention, Talib Kweli and the Timman Family Choir. I have no clue, never heard of them before, but they did a fantastic job on this song. I love the chorus on here where Anderson .Paak, he talked about coming up in The Bird, which is the first track. There are 16 tracks on here. And on the last track, he kind of talks about the path to producing this album, Similar to Kanye's Last Call, but not like the 13-minute song. It's only about 5 minutes. The Talib Kweli verse is pretty good, but my favorite standout part here is the chorus, where Anderson .Paak says, "This one is for all the dreamers and the ones who don't give a fuck." And as these horns come in and as the choirs come in to support him, it's a smile on your face moment. It's such a happy album. This guy has so much raw charisma and swagger that manages to pull off half of these songs that otherwise wouldn't have worked. Like I said before, songs like Silicon Valley, songs like Waterfall, Without You, and Put Me Through all work purely based upon Anderson .Paak's charisma alone, and really pushes this album to the next level. You know, if it was another R&B singer, someone like, I know Bryson Tiller is really popular right now for his album Trap Soul, this would have not worked. And the reason is because, especially as of last year, R&B has become very muted and very minimalist with his beats, especially with like this combination of trap and R&B. Anderson .Paak takes it back to its roots, solid vocals, good storytelling, great instrumentation, and makes this project, just like I said, a breath of fresh air and a joy to listen to. This is a great album, and if you haven't checked out his collaboration, either because you didn't know that it was him or you haven't heard of it, it's called No Worries. It's Anderson .Paak, or sorry, it's called Yes Lord. It's the group is called No Worries. It's Anderson .Paak and Knowledge, and they do a fantastic job rapping and singing together on their album Yes Lord, with Anderson .Paak screams out multiple times in this album in joyous falsetto that you once again smiles on my face. This is a awesome album, and definitely one that I'll be spinning, especially when summer comes around. So, what is in this record? We do have sleeves with black records. I don't think he's pressed it on color yet, any colored vinyl. It is fairly substantial, which I like, because I think R&B and hip-hop records kind of get not the best pressings. Cough, cough, Kanye West. But there's the labels. It's got that kind of motif, kind of the cover art, and then obviously the track name, side 1, side 2, Malibu, Anderson .Paak. There is no digital download code, but it does come with a very cool fold-out poster that's kind of an extension of the cover. I like that a lot. Once again, it's up on the wall. Someday you will see. Front cover. Front cover here. Malibu, Anderson .Paak. Got the spine, same thing, and then the back here. All of the credits. The credits aren't on the insert, it's all on the back here, and then some mermaids on the bottom. And I love this. It says, "Many thanks to all those who believe." And it's kind of his thank you on this album. Anyway, guys, this is just a awesome project. Like I said, if you think R&B has gotten a little bit too drab or dreary and you just want a burst of fun, solid energy with great charisma, great hooks, and fantastic vocals, you're going to love Malibu. I highly suggest you check it out. This is going to get a 9 out of 10 from me and a strong recommendation, especially when summer comes around. I know this is getting a lot of attention, but I really think that this deserves to be at the top of everybody's summer playlist. All right, thank you guys for watching. And that just means a lot to me that you would take the time to watch me talk about some records. If you like Malibu and you want to talk about it with me, your favorite songs, you agreed with something I said, disagreed, drop me a comment. I'll be more than happy to chat about it, you guys, whenever I check my email at like 2 in the morning because I'm busy listening to this. Otherwise, until next time, I will be filling in more of those reviews I said I was going to talk about and do more. But yeah, keep on spinning, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side.